Yes, indeed. The festival of politics in the criminal trial of former President Zuma will also be getting underway here at the Pietermaritzburg Square, where the former president will also be appearing at the Pietermaritzburg Regional High Court for his fraud and corruption charges. But it also comes at the midst of the ANC's National Working Committee statement yesterday evening with threatening of more charges against the suspended Secretary General of the ANC, Ace Magashule, Carl Niehaus, and also ANC NEC member Tony Engel. I'm going to bring in Carl Niehaus to speak on these issues of the ANC's National Working Committee. Mr. Niehaus, more charges can the SG be facing in the coming weeks, and charges against yourself as well? What do you have to say about the ANC NWC statement?
Well, I can't comment on the statement because the statement contains absolutely no hard facts about what these supposed charges are to be about, except to say that I'm surprised. The National Executive Committee of the African National Congress has said that members of the ANC has the right to support President Zuma. I've been here for almost 22 years at every court appearance. I was here last Monday, I'm here today. I intend to be here until this farce of a political trial is over. I will not be intimidated. My support for President Zuma is clear as a comrade and is principled also as a member of the African National Congress.
Mr. Niehaus, the ANC NWC statement through the DSG says that there were divisive statements spoken by yourself, Tony Ngeni, and the SG with regards to the ANC's National Executive Committee resolutions on step aside, and also there were statements by yourself and Mr. Tony Ngeni that the SG is being banned in a democratic dispensation.
Well, I am not apologetic for anything I've said. I don't believe I've said anything wrong. I was simply stating that the Secretary General of the African National Congress, like any other member of the ANC, cannot simply be banned or removed. I will repeat that statement, that the African National Congress is an organization which is democratic, and the democratic will of the people should prevail. That is not provocative, that is principled. I'm a member of the ANC for 42 years. I will die a member of the ANC, and I will continue to stand on principle, not on expediency.
Has the ANC spoken to you about that particular statement they had yesterday through the DSG?
No, I only had to hear about this in the media, so I know as much as you do from what I've seen in the National Working Committee statement. I will engage with the NWC and with whatever investigation there is as needs be. But as far as I'm concerned, I've done absolutely nothing wrong. I've acted as a principled member of the African National Congress.
Will you be taken to the podium again today once the court proceedings have wrapped up and repeating your words of last week?
We will see how the lineup on the podium is, but if I'm asked to represent Umkhonto weSizwe Military Veterans Association on the podium, I will most definitely do so.
Thank you very much, Mr. Carl Niehaus. That was Mr. Carl Niehaus, the MKMVA spokesperson who may be facing charges from the African National Congress through that National Working Committee statement, where our colleagues Ntatla Khatlane and Mr. Ntebu Mukobe covered that story yesterday evening. We are expecting that more leaders of the African National Congress will be making their way here to Pietermaritzburg. We are told that the suspended Secretary General of the ANC is around Pietermaritzburg, that Bongani Bongo is around Pietermaritzburg. In fact, before we went on air, I asked my colleagues in Mpiwa Makanya, there was a big SUV German machine that went in, and that was coming from, that was Sfiso Buthelezi, the former minister, deputy minister of finance. As you can see with those t-shirts coming there, that's Ngrai Ngwenya from Mpumalanga. As many people have said, if you see Ngrai Ngwenya, you are seeing the deputy president himself of the ANC, DD Mabuza. But not to take away from the man himself, Mr. Ngwenya, you are wearing t-shirts Wenzeni Uzuma. Essentially, how many branches are here from Mpumalanga, and the significance of your support for the former president?
More than 30 branches are here from Mpumalanga.
Mr. Ngwenya, there are allegations that the former president is trying to remove the state prosecutor, Advocate Billy Downer. Do you feel as if this is a political prosecution against former President Zuma, and who's driving that persecution?
Yeah, I feel it's a political situation, but I don't know. I cannot say who's that one.
Mr. Ngwenya, also, the ANC has got many problems, particularly in your province in Mpumalanga. It's asked for ANC members to disassociate themselves from those who are charged with corruption. What is your view of that particular point of the ANC, and why are you here if the ANC is trying to cleanse itself of corruption?
But I'm not here for the ANC. I'm here as an individual person to support Jacob Zuma. I'm not going to talk on behalf of the ANC. I'm here as a person.
Mr. Ngwenya, you have been to Mr. Zuma's house recently for tea with President Jacob from Mpumalanga.
Yes.
What were the discussions around with former president in that meeting that you had with him?
The discussion was we're there to go and give him a support as a leader of the ANC.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ngwenya. That was Ngwenya from Mpumalanga. Just on the issues relating to Mpumalanga, how far are the processes from Mpumalanga to go to their provincial conference? At some point, you were suspended as the member of the ANC in your battles with Lindiwe and Chalinchali. How far are the preparations for your region to go to a regional conference and for the provincial conference? From a Ngwenya perspective, I know you are running a campaign in Mpumalanga for Lakinde Denisa to be the provincial chairperson and President Jacob the provincial secretary.
Yes, the PGM are moving smooth, very smooth. I'm working very good with the Secretary General of the province, Lindiwe Mabone. There's a good relationship. We're done with our problems.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ngwenya. That was Ngwenya from Mpumalanga saying that they are ready for their provincial conference in Mpumalanga and that they are here to support former President Jacob Zuma in their personal capacities. As you can see, as I move out of shot with those T-shirts, hands off Jacob Zuma, Wenzeni, Jacob Zuma, they are essentially here to support the former President Jacob Zuma. They are coming all the way from Mpumalanga province, a province that is faced with political difficulties. As you've heard, Dr. Zweli Mkhize, the Minister of Health and ANC-NEC member, has had to step in that province with Jesse Duarte, the DSG, saying that a number of people have been killed in the run-up to that particular provincial conference of Mpumalanga. They are here to support former President Zuma. They are saying they've always been at his side. I do remember that about 11 German machines had gone in earlier on in the year in Nkandla to support former President Zuma and to speak to him. Back to you in studio as you are waiting to also speak to Sipongwema from the National Prosecuting Authority.
Well, thank you, Samkele Maseko, and no doubt we'll return to you as soon as we can. We have to take a quick break.